I can't believe you two managed to convince me to do a tier list.
Come on, man, tier lists are fun.
Yeah, and we want further proof of why you got E-tactics when you finished your playthrough.
How I rate my units has nothing to do with my tactics.
Yep, he's an E-tactics guy, all right?
Whatever, man, let's get this started, shall we?
We're all waiting for you, homie.
All right then, let's go. AC's first.
He ain't a bad unit, I think.
I mean, his stats ain't bad, that's true, but man, he sure does love sucking every now and then.
Well, yeah, his performance wasn't remarkable, that much is true.
Don't forget about the 30% crit he'd get if you promoted him, Donnie boy.
Still, I think Obama summed it up perfectly. Unremarkable performance, meaning that he's an unremarkable character. He belongs in the B tier, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Next up, Angie.
I owe a lot of shit to her because she managed to save my ass a couple of times. But man, this bitch has practically 0% growth rate except for luck. Not even Shaganya would fall off like she would had I not benched her.
Well, yeah, but you mustn't forget that she starts with an S support with Jump, which increases literally all her stats.
And that's pretty much the only reason why she's somewhat useful, at least for a while. But she's a character without a future because of her stupid growth rate. Honestly, she's only good on the 0% growth rate version since, well, it won't affect her at all pretty much. But in the regular version, I give her a C tier.
I don't really agree with that one, but okay. Next, we got Blade.
I don't think there's much to be said about this guy. His stats are mid at best, and his promotion is decent but not great. C is fair for him, I believe.
Yeah, man, I don't have much to say about him either. Bolt's up next.
Also known as the worst class in the game, am I right, Donnie boy?
How am I supposed to know that snipers had plus 30% crit in this ROM hack? Anyways, I gotta admit that this guy carried the fuck out of me in the final chapter. His extra crit chance was essential. But man, his stats are not great at all. Sure, he has speed and skill, but that's about it. Nothing else going on for him. I can't go any higher than B for this one.
All right, Booba now.
Booba now, huh? Obama, you naughty, naughty boy.
Come on, Joe, don't be ridiculous.
Well, Booba, there isn't much to be said here, right? She's just your basic healer, nothing more. If only her rack was visible on her portrait, but alas, B is all she gets.
Gonna send you to horny jail after this one, Donald. Brigham now.
Get out of my sight.
Come on, man, he ain't that bad, you just didn't...
Don't care. Next.
Boco now.
His early levels were very annoying, but he delivered in the end, being a trustworthy armored knight till the final chapter. A is well deserved.
We got Chica now.
I mean, is there really anything to discuss here? She starts off really strong at level 1, meaning she'll only get stronger from there. Easy S tier.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Now we got Clarissa.
Clarissa is just like a promoted Bolt, but without having to grind XP. She's an A.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Now we got your favorite character of all time.
This one's not open to discussion.
No contest here. Next up is Gato.
Who?
That old mage who joins the team in the final chapter.
Ah, yeah, now I remember. I mean, he doesn't have much impact in the game, does he? He joins the team super late, after all. Still, I remember that he had very good stats. And, well, good characters are definitely required on the last chapter. I'll give him an A.
A seems like a pretty high rating for someone with little impact in the game, don't you think?
Well, yeah, maybe. But again, he joins at a good time and he's, well, good. I think A is fair.
All right, then. Now it's Grain.
Bro, Grain is a tough one. This bitch does love missing, but man, he's pretty much an armored knight on horseback. I must say B is adequate.
B for Grain? Are you serious?
Yeah, homie, this guy helped you a lot more than you realize.
Honestly, if you gave Gato and Clarissa an A, then you literally must give Grain an A too. You simply cannot...
All right, you bitches, there we go. A for Grain too, yay. Will you calm your titties now?
Yeah, now that's more like it.
Shaganya's up next.
She's a very good pre-promote. She doesn't deal a lot of damage, meaning she's perfect for chipping enemies, especially since chip XP is worthless in this ROM hack. Easy A.
It's Jump now.
Jum isn't a bad character, but man, he was depressing in this last playthrough. B is all I can give him.
I don't necessarily agree with this, but I understand it. Label's next.
Label was a revelation. I truly believed that he'd deal no damage, but his performance in the second to last chapter proved me wrong completely. He straight up dominated that shit, not to mention that he literally had 0% chance of being hit at times. S tier, plain and simple.
And that's because you've nearly benched him, eh?
Bro, are you gonna keep bringing this shit up? I know now that benching him would have been a mistake. I've said it a million times already. Anyways, next one, please.
Linda's next.
Fucking bullshinda. Man, you've costed me so many runs, haven't you? But we have to consider her stats. They're unreal, simply put. Nobody in the team can match her numbers. That's why, oh man, I can believe I'm saying this, but I have to recognize her as an S-tier character. She's super strong, she just likes to gargle on enemy weapons every now and then.
Now that's a rating I wasn't expecting.
Me neither, not gonna lie. Well, now it's Marp.
Disgusting lord. His numbers ain't bad, but man, he does nothing. He's just like Elliewood. Decent numbers, but forever inert. That's not mentioning his ridiculous promotion that, like himself, does nothing and is literally on the last chapter. C tier.
Yeah, I have to agree with this one. Midorva's turn.
A Wyvern Rider, probably the best class in the game, combined with great stats. Nothing to say here. S tier.
I don't know about that one. You sure got pissed off with her sometimes.
Well, sure, but she was a reliable character and overall. That's why I give her a good rating, despite her shortcomings.
Yeah, that's true. Now we got Nino.
This girl is just a thief with speed, literally nothing else to offer. She belongs in the C tier.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about her either. Rolf's up next.
Rolf isn't a bad character at all, but he chose the wrong weapon and person to have support with. B is all I'll give him.
Well, now we got Shade.
He's a thief and does his job reasonably well, doesn't he? He has good speed and somewhat decent damage. B would be okay for him, I guess.
Now it's Shido.
Yeah, fucking Shido. She's a Pegasus and nothing more. She always does the bare minimum, not to mention her forever lackluster damage and her willingness to eat enemies' attacks. I'll give her an A, not because she deserves it, but because Pegasi are always a great class to have.
This has got to be one of the most bullshit ratings someone has ever given. You must be forgetting her performance in the second to last chapter, eh, Donnie boy?
And of the fact that she recruits like 5 people?
First off, she only had such performance because I scammed the fuck out of the RNG in that chapter. Secondly, she recruits them since she's programmed to do so. It's not of her own merit. Now off to the next one, shall we?
Well, all right then. Skye's next.
Oh, Skye's a good one. She joins in with good stats and a killer bow to boot. Unfortunately, her promotion isn't the best and she joins in a bit too late. A is fair for her, I suppose.
Yeah, it's fair. Now it's Thoughty.
Well, she's a dancer, right? B, I guess?
I mean, you could have maybe given her an A, but yeah, there ain't much we can discuss here. The triplets are up next.
These guys are fun. They have good stats and their triangle attack is cool, albeit situational. Personally, I'd love to give them an A. I think it perhaps would be fair, but I simply cannot give them the same rating as Boco. I think it's kind of sad, but they'll have to get a B.
Yeah, they did perform well in your campaign. Press F to pay respects to the armor boys. Now it's time for Tsundee.
Tsundee's stats are B at best, but well, she's the best mage class in the game. Also, she did decently well in the playthrough that I can't deny. A would be adequate, I think.
Yeah, Valkyries always do well, I suppose. Now finally we have Unil.
Unil's stats aren't great at all, but well, she's a pre-promote and arrives in the team somewhat early. B is fair, yeah?
Yeah, I don't have strong opinions about her either. Well, I guess that's it. The swinging sword tier list complete.
I think it's trash. Too many A's and B's and several characters are poorly rated.
As if I gave a fuck? I've rated them based on my playthrough. If you two bitches disagree, then you'll make your own.
I mean, I'd make a few adjustments, but I think it's decent in general. Anyways, that's it for today, folks. See us next time.